Nas made a top 5 one-on-one list, then B. Ellis wanted to rebuttal Nas's top 5 one-on-one list, and then Nas watched B. Ellis's rebuttal, and now he wants to rebuttal his rebuttal. You get the gist. Let's get into it. Nas, you made the top 5, then B. Ellis made the top 5. Nas, you're here because you want to rebuttal B. Ellis's rebuttal. So we got a little head-to-head debate here on the one-on-one space. Nas, are you frozen? Or are you just... Okay. All right, so I'm gonna mediate this. I'm gonna ask some questions, but Nas, you rebut some of the issues you had with B. Ellis's rebuttal.
First and foremost, right? The reason I even said the Tay conversation, not saying Tay is 6 on my book for sure. I believe that. But your title said top 3 conversation, and he does not belong. There is no conversation for Tay to be top 3. There is no conversation for Tay to be top 3.
Gotta
respectfully.
Oh no, I agree, but I gotta get you to click.
No. I watch. Listen, I don't watch YouTube at all.
Yeah.
I watch every. I watch all 40 minutes of that shit. You said that what? You said it wasn't clickbait. You really meant that shit. Do I need to pull up the timestamp? I might have wrote down timestamps, B. I might have did some research like you, so don't start with me unless you know what the fuck you said. You said this wasn't for clickbait. You said I do clickbait things like if it was Cam Wilder. Even if I heard what you said.
No, Nas. You talking about in the previous video that just happened?
No, yeah, you said
No, you're right. But I was talking about in my vid, I said he's top 5. He could be. There's a conversation for top 5. But I'm going to clickbait. I'm going to clickbait you for the top 3.
Okay, and that's what I said. I said, okay. I said, B, I respect his opinion to the fullest. You feel me? But if he think Tay is in the top 3 conversation, that's just because that's his friend. That's all I had to say.
Oh, I thought you said top 5.
No, top 3. That's what the title said. Top 3.
I misheard you then. I thought you said there's no conversation for Tay to be in the top 5.
He's right outside. He's the 6th for me in my book.
Ain't no debate here then. Ain't no debate in that.
Okay, but there's that top 3 conversation. There's no top 3 conversation. And I don't know if it was clickbait or not, but a little friendly with the top 3 conversation.
Hey, let me tell you something. I'll tell you this. He lost to Frigga by a point. If he beats Frigga in that 1v1, you're going to tell me he in that top 3 or in that conversation, the top 3. Now, you say yes or no to that.
Just no.
No. I want you to answer that question.
If he
hold on. I want to let Nas get off all his rebuttals before we dive into that. So what's your second? What was the second issue you had?
My second issue. The reason Frigga is not 1, 2, or 3 on my top 5 is due to the fact that he only plays. Not even trenches ain't that. I'm not saying the trenches is the trenches, right? It's multiple ways trenches can be. But what makes my evaluation with the trenches so valuable, and with the 3 people that's been in the trenches, is that they have played in multiple situations with multiple set of rules on multiple platforms. They have performed on all of them. I'm not saying Frigga can't perform, and I'm not saying Rob can't perform. I just don't see I have not seen it with my own 2 eyes. So I'm not giving nobody nothing. They have to show me. Show me you can do it. The Rob in Baltimore, I didn't really like that game. It was the bro was ass. 1. So it didn't give him a good test. And next chapter kind of controlled that space that day because Terry let them control it that day. So I just want to say that wasn't a real good test of the trenches. I'm not giving Rob that. And I respect Rob's skill to the fullest. He's strong. He's physical. I'm 90% sure he can handle it. Only time that he really got any kind of like trenches environment was his first one-on-one against Kel, but he was in his hometown. So I can't really do that.
So here we go. Got you.
Wait. Let me finish.
Got him.
Hold on.
We got him.
We got it. We gotta let Nas say all of his points.
Let me finish. And I heard your little shot at Nesco. You know he coming on
shot at Nesco.
No. Let me finish.
Don't say shot though. Don't say shot. That's not a shot at Nesco.
Sorry. The shot word. I heard your little strike at Nesco.
That's not a strike. That's me saying factual information.
Okay, let me finish though. Damn, I don't know the word. I heard your comment about Nesco. And you said that his 3 wins at the crib wasn't as credible. If we're being honest, I don't like using this. But my first 2 wins against Scar and Frigo was really in Tampa. Nobody don't know that, but I was really in Tampa. So we're not gonna hold that against him. I just want you to be, you feel me?
I don't think B was holding 3 wins against Nesco. The only game B mentioned
the
earlier
Kel
was
game.
the
I was
Kel
there
game.
the Kel game. I was there the Kel game. I was in attendance. I watched it. I actually bet my money with Kel that day and lost my money.
So how'd you feel about that specific one? Honestly.
I honestly felt like and told Kel he was crying too much about the calls. And he should and just play through it because this is the trenches. That's what come with it. You can't go into somebody else's yard and think you're gonna get calls for you. You gotta think you're not gonna get calls. That's why people that play in different platforms or different environments with whatever city reps gets extra like respect from me because you're being disadvantaged and you still find a way to win. That's why I put that as such value in my top 5. You might not put in your value as top 5. And I'm not talking about, when I say trenches, I don't mean they have to have this much space.
How long he get to talk? Damn.
I got 2 more minutes. Give me 2 more minutes, Billy. Give me 2 more minutes.
Finish it up. Yeah.
Give me 2 more minutes. I'm going to wrap this shit up right now. I'm not saying he need 6 feet of space and you got to perform in that space. I'm saying when the odds is stacked against you, it ain't no ref you ever met in an environment you have never been in with rules that you never have played. You feel me? I feel Friga can get 11 buckets for sure. But when them tools don't mean as much as they usually do you still shoot it at the same confidence? Because you're like, damn, I don't need to go get this. Like, this 2 gonna mean just as much as this 1. Why am I shooting this 2? The 2 don't seem as good anymore, so now you don't even shoot it because I have played in these and I don't shoot as many 2s in the all-ones games because it's like, there's no point. You feel me? I'm not saying Friga can't. He just has it, so I can't give it to him, and that's why he's number 4 for me. Now, do you have anything to say?
How you got him 4 and he beat you?
Oh, yeah, and I remember that.
Oh, don't you
It was fucking Friga, and I was in a fucking L-pack. Let's get that straight.
All right, so let me ask you a question.
He ain't beat me with me on my shit. Like, if I'm being completely honest, I wasn't in the kill mentality at that day. I was on some content creation shit.
Do you think people would give you that out? Do you think that loss should matter regardless?
It matters. No, I definitely still think that loss matters, right? But it doesn't hold the same magnitude as how, like, a game that if I'm going into a game and playing how I want to play, man, come on, bro.
B, go ahead.
That's why I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna beat the shit out of Friga. I'm telling y'all now, I'm gonna beat the shit out of Friga.
I barely got to talk.
Go ahead. I'm gonna shut up.
Here's my thing. I'm asking you 2 questions. No, let me ask you 2 questions. I want you to answer them real quick.
I'm not gonna mute myself. All right.
Did you ask him to record a video?
Did I ask him to?
Did you ask him to run the ones?
Yes.
Was it on your channel?
Yes.
So how you gonna tell me a video for your channel and somebody you asked to run it back with, you ain't taking it serious just because you had a Christmas?
I didn't ask to run it back. I didn't ask to run it back.
You said you trying to run ones for my channel?
No. Let me tell you what happened.
I heard. The 1v1 is on your channel, and if I'm playing from my channel, I'm hooping.
Okay. Now
I can't give you that excuse.
Do you want me to say something, or do you not want me to say? It's your turn to talk, so I only talk when you.
And here's another point I want.
We're in conversation mode now, by the way. I just wanted you to get your rebuttals off.
Okay. Well, what I gotta say is,
go ahead.
This is when I first was first coming on the scene. Then when I beat him the first time, he told me, and next time we play on your channel, when he hit me up to come for Freakness to play Fambi, when I wiped the fucking floor of Fambi, you know what I'm saying? After that, he was like, oh, after we do everything, then I'll play you. You feel me? We done played King of the Courts and been laughing, joking, and smiling.
Man, stop,
So
Nas.
I'm
Bro,
not
I
giving
respect
it.
you.
He beat me. I said when he
But
asked me,
don't
said,
say you wasn't in your bag. Nas, you was in your bag that game. You was in your
I'm,
bag.
that shit easy to get in it. But I'm talking about when I reach at the bottom of the bag where there's a little bit of sand because you know what I'm saying, some workout shoes have been in there and stuff like that, and like a little bit of candy, little sweets and granola bar. That when I get to the bottom of the bag, that's when I'm really in my bag. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really in my bag.
Come on, Nas. I can't give you that. Two.
I'm not. He won. He
Here's
won
the point
though.
I want to make.
Won,
You just said Rob Cologne was in his hometown, so you can't really count that. So why when Nesco get big games in his hometown, you count that with a lot of validity? That's my thing. That is a contradiction. You just said he played Hoodie Kell in his hometown, so I can't really count that. He played in Baltimore. It wasn't somebody that that I really liked this competition. But when Nesco gets these high-level games to start his career and skyrocket his career, and all I say is that he played home games, I'm acknowledging the fact. Go ahead.
I said I can't count that as him playing in the trenches when that's his only game. Nesco, at first, when his biggest criticism was he only plays in Delaware. So when he started playing outside of Delaware and started playing on the road, that's when I started to give him now those games in Delaware have validity. Because
so Rob's wins don't have validity just because he played.
No. I'm saying he's just not well-rounded ones. He just played in one set of ones. That's all I'm saying. When I first was on the scene, Scoob and Terry is the reason I even came to any event outside of.
I don't want to talk about you. I don't want to talk about you. You're number one on YouTube. Stop talking about yourself.
But I'm just saying.
No. We're not talking about Nas. No, we're not talking about Nas. I don't want to talk about you today. I have you number one. I don't want to talk about number one player. I want to talk about 2 through 5. And all I'm saying is that you're penalizing Rob because he played a trenches game at home. That is classified as trenches. But I cannot penalize Nesco because he had 3 of the biggest names at the time at their best at home to skyrocket his career.
Rob is number 5 for inactivity, period. It don't matter if he did play the trenches or not. He's a number 5 inactivity, period. Because all these other 4 is active and winning and on streaks. Everybody on this list is literally on a winning streak right now. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then there's Rob, who hasn't played in a while. You know what I'm saying? And if Rob was active, he could be arguably number 1 because I had took a hiatus because I was hurt. So it's like you could argue him, but then I would have to show y'all why.
But my argument is not about Rob being in his ranking. My argument is that it's a contradiction to say Rob's win is not as good because he's at home in the trenches. But when I say Nesco is at home and I penalize him for just the Kell game, really just the Kell game, you tell me, well, he did it outside of Rob did it outside of his hometown too.
Not in the Trent, not in the
Baltimore. I don't care.
The nigga was some shit. Anybody could have won that game, bruh. J. Lou could have beat that nigga. I'm telling you. And J. Lou was not a good one-on-one player. In all honesty, like.
Nas, I want to ask you a question. Then this might set up the next portion of the debate. You hold the trenches to the highest regard in terms of ranking. So what about some of the top 5 players going and proving themselves in more organized settings? Like, if is that part of the resume full for all of these guys that are really good trench players? Because it seems like right now the trench players get pushed to the top of the list by default, when in reality it is a different game. And if you talk about a resume being full, it might be a little bit tougher if you play in a super organized setting where you can't be as physical, because the trenches eliminate the smaller players by default. So it takes we got to be honest, it takes a level of organized basketball out of the equation. And if you're a smaller player, you just can't compete with the top guys, because if you even look at the top 5, you have to be super physical and strong, when that doesn't always make the best basketball players.
Okay, what I would say to that is, it's not that it's the top 3 people who I have, which is me, Scoob, and Nesco, right? Have done it on both stages. Nesco went to the next chapter and absolutely dominated. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't think we count that one. I'm not saying Nesco can't do it. I'm just using your logic by saying
I'm not even talking
he
about
hasn't done it
I'm not
yet.
even talking about just that one. He went to off the dribble, beat Cam, and that's not nowhere near. You know what I'm saying?
That's valid. So but
he has a totality. He went to Dev
Okay, so Nesco's full. We said that earlier in the conversation.
So
his
Scoob.
resume is full.
Scooby, Dabo. I say Dado. Day and Cam off the dribble. He has played in multiple other settings. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, I mean, Scoop, if anything, has more trench settings for sure. But he has so many games in his arsenal that, plus those 2 games that's been in organized setting, and like just seeing like even the creative all-stars, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to bring 5-on-5 into it. I just want to talk about one-on-ones. But I'm just saying the 2 games I can say was not trench vibes, which is off the dribbles, Cam and Day, 2 quality wins. You know what I'm saying? On a non, he still excelled. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not. They have the totality, whereas the other 2 don't have the totality. That's all I'm saying.
But the only reason, and I love Scoob, I love watching Scoob, but the only reason I have Frigga above him is because when I say his resume, Frigga's resume is slightly better. It's Tay, BJ, Burke, Minnesota, Moon, lost to Moon, beat Rod, beat you. I mean, bro, to me, I hold that win. I think that's where we separate. I hold the second game. Watching the game, it was a great game, and he ended it in great fashion. I just hold that game higher than what you hold that game. And okay, I think him beating the number 1 player on YouTube holds a lot of weight to me, bro. These other 3-4 guys have not even suited up against you. And he's beaten Isote. He's beaten Moon. Moon has beaten Scoobs. I mean, Moon has beaten Frigga too. So it's like, it's what and what. So I got to give the guy that beat the number 1 guy more credit than the other guys that haven't even played the number 1 guy yet.
Okay.
How can you not see that?
I can agree with you. If you put Frigga over Scoob, I might be a little biased. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? I might be, and I do give value to the trench vibe. So if okay, boom, I can agree with you that Scoob can't fall to 4 and Frigga can fall to 3, but Nesco cannot be like Frigga can't surpass Nesco. I don't like that one. I just don't like.
Tell me why.
Go ahead,
Millie.
No, I want to push back. I want to be fair here. I want to push back on B a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, are you fully acknowledging that? Like, do you give full credit to the NAS versus Frigga game? Do you give full credit to Frigga for that win? 100% credit?
Yes.
So, do you also give Rob 100% credit for especially the nature that Scoob game was done? So, Rob versus Scoob, Skunk. Do you give full 100% credit in that? Do you really look at it at 100%?
Bro, they laced up.
I'm not saying that your logic isn't right. I'm just asking you so I can frame
yes, because that very same week we hold the Diesel and Scar 1v1 when they were angry and talking trash to that standard. So why am I not holding the very first 1v1 of Frigmas at that same standard? Every time we lace up, we're held to a standard. I had a few, and I'm not trying to make myself into it, but I had a few bad games. They holding me to a standard, bro. Like, it is what it is.
Hold on one second.
Every time we lace up, we are held to a standard. Regardless if he don't want to take it serious and somebody else is, that's not my issue.
Yeah, okay, so I don't disagree. Hold on one second, Nas. I don't disagree with that, but then do you think you should have Rob even with inactivity above Scoob? It was a skunk, and if you do consider it 100%.
The reason
is that something? Is that should you reevaluate that one?
That right there proves that you don't hold it to 100%, because you can't hold it to 100% standard and still put somebody over him because he skunked them 15-0. 15-0 is a statement. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Nas, you just said inactivity.
Even with his inactivity, if I held that game, I don't hold that game to 100% standard. So that's why I still can put Scoop over Rob. You feel me? Because of his activity. But if I don't care if I didn't play for another year. If Smooth Joe was ever ranked top 5, he would never be over me because I beat the shit out of that boy. You know what I'm saying? So if you hold that game to 100% standard, then you would never ever put Scoob over Rob. But because I know in your heart, you know that wasn't nearly. Scoob is not 15 points worse than Rob. We all know that shit. It was a bad day. He didn't take it as serious as he should have. And this is what happens when this is like karma. You know what I'm saying? Just like P-Sean and Dom. I didn't come to the game with as serious as I should have.
And they hold that against you, Nas.
Right. But that's why I told myself I would never let myself come into a situation like that ever again. And now I come with my full force.
So here's the thing, right? Since then, Scoob has been outside murdering, killing everything in front of him. And Rob has not done anything. I can bump you down for inactivity. It's just like boxing. If you ain't fighting a year, I could take your belt.
Yeah, but you can bump me down for sure, but you can't bump me down somebody I beat 15-0 if we was both going dead ass serious. You can't bump me down. I don't care how much I don't play. He always has to be under me. But for the fact of, we both know that game.
Don't say we both.
Okay. Or well, I know. Let's say, okay, boom. You and Millie, y'all was in Orlando doing a whole bunch of content. Y'all play one-on-one. Y'all one-on-one isn't as serious as like some of these other one-on-ones. Or we could say, but we all was in the gym together, playing 2-on-2, training. You know what I'm saying? We worked out and then played 2-on-2 afterwards. That 2-on-2 wasn't to the same standard as some other 2-on-2s. You know what I'm saying? So we know when times it's content creation. It's content creation times, and it's times where it's like heavyweight matchups.
That's a good point, Nas. Go ahead.
I ain't gonna lie. That is a good point. So here's my thing. What are we weighing that with? Like, what is the difference? What, like, you feel what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about what we was doing because that's just us in the gym. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I feel like Frigmas is a staple in the community, though. Like, I feel like Frigmas is something people look forward to. Like, when you go to Frigmas, you know you're gonna potentially play a Nasir Corfi there. Your ass better come correct. Scoob know he's one of the top players in the community, and Rob was. He knew he could potentially play Rob because they both gonna clash and be a great game. He knew that going in there. I was
more talking about me and free game. Like, that was a content creation at the end of the day.
I'm not giving you that excuse because it's on Nasir Cor's channel.
I was any game you would put with me with Frigga, I would have played with my whole. I would have played and because I felt like I was being friendly to Frigga because of his statue. Like, he was a GOAT. He's a GOAT. He still is a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? But I was coming up, so I wanted to be in good terms with Frigga. You know what I'm saying?
That's how my fuckers you was laughing.
Listen.
You weren't laughing in Tampa.
I will never, in Tampa, I didn't give a fuck who the fuck Frigga was. You know what I'm saying? Fucking line it up. You in my hood, I'm not losing in front of my niggas. But, and Frigga, I'm like, I done played all these games. I'm chilling. Like, I just want a video for my channel, and I want Frigga to help me push this bitch. So it's cool. Come by y'all. Like, let's play it. We laughing, joking. This is a key to knowing the difference between when I'm locked in and when I'm not. When have you ever in a 1v1 seen me mic'd up and talking during the game? I do not talk during my ones. I do not say unless it's like
at the time I didn't know how much you would mic up. Because
I'm saying you can watch all the film of my ones from that time. When I played Scar, I ain't say shit the whole game I played Scar. When I played Frigga, I ain't say shit the whole time I played Frigga the first time. And any other game in between since then, I would never mic up during the game, and I will never be laughing and joking and talking like, oh, good shot. That's not me, because I'm not locked in. So, but when you see me locked in, you have never heard me mic'd up, or like, I don't never get mic'd up. You have been on tour with me. I don't say shit the whole game. Am I lying?
But here's why I push back.
I have nothing to. There is no more. When I'm in that mode, I am not thinking about no YouTube video. I'm not thinking about no content creation. I'm not thinking about, oh, this will look good on video, or this little mic'd up piece will be sound fire. I'm trying to win.
Don't, Millie, don't do it, Millie.
He nailed the point home. I want you to rebuttal. Do you think there's validity to what he's saying?
If he would have won that game, is he on live, or is he saying he's playing Frigga a third time? If you win that game,
right,
are we talking about you playing Frigga a third time? Yes or no?
Yes.
No! This nigga's lying!
Let me tell you why.
Lying.
Let me tell you why.
Billy
Go ahead,
Oh.
Let me tell you why. Because anybody that goes on the street, I would be like, I'm gonna knock him down. Like
no. Don't say
Freaking is a GOAT. No matter what.
No. Don't say if Freaking go on the street, it makes sense. No, if it's 2-0, you're not entertaining a game 3. You're not.
Right now,
Nas, I know you.
Listen, right now,
and you're popping it on live saying I'm 2-0 Freaking.
Time out. Let me tell you something. Right now, I can tell you, I know that's a cap. Let me tell you why I know that I'm me. I would do it because right now it was supposed to be me versus Hezzy first round in the next quick game, and I was going to do it. But they really wanted the me versus School matchup. Me and School agreed that, feel me, it's cool. We're going to just duke it out and it be what it be. You know what I'm saying? So then it was like, all right, we'll give y'all what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. We'll give y'all what y'all want.
Are you beat?
But it was supposed to be me versus Hezzy, and I was going to do it. And if Scar asked me to play 1-on-1 and they threw the right money at me, I would do it right now still.
So you were kind of beating around the bush by saying if the price is right, you'll play any game, even if it's 2-0.
And at the end of the day, hey, Millie, you know what it's going to be after, even if you lose? Well, I 2-0'd him already. Anyway, I played this guy. I want some cheat.
For sure.
Exactly.
I'm still up on this nigga. Like, yeah, I'm up on you. Still what? So what?
Yeah,
nigga, what?
I'm saying, Nas.
You should have won. I don't want to 3-0 you. You know what I'm saying?
That's why Frigga is top 2. He beat the #1 player on YouTube with the resume of BJ, Tay, the guy he just played in Minnesota, Moon, Rhode Island W, Jace. He lost to Simba. Beat Rod. Stop playing.
Hey, talking about. Why? That's another thing. Why you told everybody resume but mine? Let's talk about mine.
Because you already #1.
No. Let's talk
I'm
about
not
it.
talking about you.
I want to tell you this.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you.
Because
I'm
Simba,
I'm gonna leave.
He lost to Simba. Who beat Simba? Okay.
Nas, it doesn't matter how small or big the gap is. If you're one, you're one.
That doesn't need to be. This nigga B. Ellis said that Frigga would beat me in some type of situation. There is no situation that Frigga wins.
No, this is what I said. This is what I said. This is what I said.
Except Freeman, if I'm mic'd up and playing.
Hey, hold on. I want to talk about this now. So if the Frigga game happens, does it have to be trench rules? Because we've been trying to define.
Hell no, because hold on.
What makes it the trenches? What game would you play? What would it be? 5 fouls, then 3, then 3? Because we can talk about that. Personally, I don't think that's how I value basketball. I think there's a lot of ways to manipulate the game. I don't think that that's realistic, and I think that you can kind of manipulate that a little bit. So let's go in before you even answer that. What about the aspect of that kind of basketball to where there's so many nuances in terms of like unfair play, in terms of like you can hit the elbow, like come on, there's ways that you can manipulate that a little bit more than you would like an organized setting. Right. Kel has talked about it. Kel really knows how to play within the lines, but is that how we should really value basketball and who's the best at 1-on-1? Is that the way that we should be looking at it?
Okay, there's and like I said, I didn't say that the trench vibe is you're better if you're better in the trenches, then you're a better player. No, I'm saying
also, before you even say that, I like the Trent. The reason I've been trying to define this is because it's not the trench vibe that, like, when people say trenches, it's not like someone can't go play in the hood. I think more so it's about the way the game is played. The game can be there. It can have a trench vibe. Anybody could be in the crowd, but it's about, okay, let's get to the rules. I think the fouls is a big deal. Like being able to intentionally foul somebody, and then you can do that like 4 times, whereas like that should be a bucket and it goes back. Whereas not other people, you're still going to play physical defense. You might foul sometimes, but you're not going to wrap somebody up. That's just it is what it is.
You got to listen. I ain't saying I'm not the #1 because I'm the most skilled. If I'm being honest, School and Let's Go may be more skilled than me. You know what I'm saying? But they're smaller players, so they have to be more. I don't know of it for sure. I'm not saying like it's for sure, but on days some days they have more skill than me. Some days I have more skill than them. But you know what I'm saying? It just takes. It's like, are you willing to go through what it takes to beat somebody like me? Because I'm going to use everything in my body, like my fingernails, my fucking toenails, and whatever else I got on my body to win that game? And are you willing to go through what I'm willing to go through to win this game?
Hey, and that applies for all levels of basketball. But I'm saying, are those the most optimal and basketball-like set of rules? Because the mindset you're talking about can be applied to any level of basketball. But I'm saying the rules necessary, like 5 fouls and then 3 fouls. That's a lot.
I like that because it makes a free throw worth so much more. Like if you get every time you get fouled, you get a free throw on a shooting foul. You feel me? Then it's not. But if you got fouled 5 times and you tired, and then you get this one free throw, that free throw is worth so much more. Because then it's like, damn, like now I gotta go back to 3. You know what I'm saying? It makes every bucket count. That's why I feel like it makes every bucket count. And like next chapter, how they foul, they get an actual free throw from the free throw line. I don't really like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys,
to push back, then you don't like normal basketball rules, kind of.
But one-on-one basketball ain't a normal basketball game. It's a whole different basketball game. So
correct.
But does it have the same rules as a 5-on-5 basketball game?
All right, let me ask very directly: is 5 fouls when you can take your fouls any kind of way in the context of the game? Could be an intentional foul, could be a total wrap up. You just got hit with a hezzy, you're going to score a bucket. Like there's a reason that we have the take foul in the game, because you just got beat and you're penalized because you were beat so bad and now you wrap up. I'm saying it like directly asking you, is that a good rule or should that be changed?
I feel like there should be a clear path foul within the 5 fouls.
Okay.
So I feel like any intentional clear path foul is an automatic free throw for sure.
Okay.
I'm cool with it. But I still think the 5-3-3 is a good foul count rule in my eyes.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. It's just I just can't see a scenario where smaller guards thrive in it. And what I'm saying is, bro, that 5-3-3 rule is perfect for you because you're a fucking brute. Like that is nothing to you. Like that's just you attacking the rim, and he gotta foul you because he can't check you. You know what I'm saying? Like the other set of rules is better because if I'm attacking the rim and I get fouled and he can't check me, I get rewarded. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if somebody can't check me and I get rewarded at the free throw line and he still keep doing the same thing over and over, I can exploit that over and over and over again. But I have to exploit something 5 times before I even get a chance at a free throw. It's something that is just like extremely taxing. And that, to me, is what I told Millie. What makes it trenches is the foul count.
Okay, and I just don't like how, okay, boom. And the reason maybe why I like 5-3-3 is because as a bigger guard, I get penalized a lot for my defense on some, and it don't have to be like, I can be, sometimes I am physical. I'm not saying I'm not physical, but I'm saying even when I'm not physical, I get penalized because I'm bigger than somebody. So it looks like more wild, or I don't get the same foul calls as smaller guards. So I just feel like it balances out for a person like me, where I don't get as many calls because I'm bigger than people. And that's just the truth. I tell people every time when I play 5s, I wear short sleeve shirts most of the time because it will show, like, it will reduce how big I look, rather than if I just have my sleeves, arms out and shit, then people like, I'm not getting those foul calls, bro. That's part of gamesmanship, though. The illusion that
you're
I'm not
so
as big
strategic. It's sickening.
Everything
it's
I do,
sickening. You're how calculated you are.
When I am trying to win, I would think of anything to do.
All right, I'm still not seeing the correlation and how that directly evens the playing field for you, because I don't look at that formula of basketball as evening the playing field. I think it heavily advantages. For example, if I play, or me or Ellis, or a normal 6-foot guard plays a bodybuilder, how am I going to win with those rules? He's going to be able to abuse the fouls.
And he's already going to be physical
already the fouls are called way differently. So not only with the foul count, but also the way fouls are called. I just think it's a huge disadvantage for a guy like a J. Lou or something like that. Right? And if it's an organized setting, a traditional basketball, don't even take the NBA, because I think the NBA has gotten a little bit watered down with some of the rules. Take the Olympics, take FIBA International Basketball. They let you play a little more physical than the NBA, which I think is a good balance, but also it allows, the better basketball players to thrive ultimately, and not just the strongest players.
Okay.
Or the more physical
I can agree with that. I just feel like flopping shouldn't be, because, sometimes refs are victim to flops. Like if a person flops, they might call it and it really not be a foul, but they fooled them that time. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the NBA. If you watch the Olympics, right?
No, I'm talking about even in one. I'm talking about in ones.
Okay.
A person can get downhill, pump that, or like try to draw contact, put his head in the back, you know what I'm saying, and get a foul call. He should not be rewarded a free throw for that foul. And I don't want nobody to win off free throws. That's what I'm saying. I want them to earn every bucket at its truest. So that's why I feel like 5-3-3. You not if every time I go to the basket and I get a foul call. I get free throws for a shooting foul. I'm like searching for fouls.
And I think
that's an easy way to get a bucket rather than if it's 5-3-3. I'm not searching for fouls because it's still a long way to get.
I want to be clear though. I'm not trying to change the way that you want to play ones or the way that the trenches want to play ones. I'm just saying I'm challenging the thought process of are we weighing that the heaviest of all of the the aspects of basketball to be weighed? Like, what about under the whistle? Is that watered down at this moment in time in one-on-one basketball?
Go ahead, Ellis.
Because I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not trying to bring up Freak again. I just don't see Freak ever playing you in that situation, bro. I just don't see that ever happening.
Mark my words. I'm a real persuasive nigga. You hear me?
Bro, he's not playing you in that setting, bro.
You know what's crazy? It's not even like, it don't even gotta be my setting. You know what I'm saying? I just want him to like meet me halfway. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at the first two games we played, those were all his rules.
You set the rules in the second game. You set them. I'm not letting him get away with this shit, Billy.
Oh my fucking God.
I'm not letting you get away with this at all.
The second one was in his environment. You feel me?
What?
I'm just saying.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro. I'm
okay. How about this? Fuck that. I don't even care about none of the rules. If you look at my resume, since you got everybody's resume,
I'm not talking about your resume.
No,
You're the number one guy. I'm not arguing
I'm not even talking about that. If you're looking at my resume, I have never played a home game.
Neither has Freaka.
Freakmas is a home game.
Tampa. You played Tampa your first two games. You said it when the pod first started.
I'm just saying, like.
Oh yeah.
It was close.
Let's define home game.
Yeah. Was your homeboys there?
Let me say what home game is. 1v1 tour is a home game. I don't care where it's at. The 1v1 tour with Manny, School, you know what I'm saying? With Manny, School, and my niggas behind Kurt, my niggas behind me. I don't care where we at. We home. I'm comfortable.
So all those games that you're playing are home games?
Where are you most comfortable? The trenches or let's say a next chapter setting?
Good question.
School, Manny.
Answer that.
Why? My question is, why would Frigga meet you there? I see your point in not going to meet Frigga in the next chapter. That makes perfect sense. But why would Frigga come meet you there? It makes no sense. And here's my thing as well. You wouldn't go meet Dev, and I totally understand that because I know how big the game is. I ain't going to his stuff.
You know why, Frigga? I will give them the more monetary base, like the thing that's gonna make the most money. No, he don't. But it's not even about the money. The video itself is gonna bring whoever has the video the most views in a while. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what games you got on your platform. That is a big ass game, and the behind the scenes that we put together now for this game is gonna make this the biggest game of the year. So he can have the biggest game of the year on his platform. Just bring the actual game, the physical game to my platform.